Good morning, Cedar Park. Today is Friday, October 18th, and it's an A-Day.
This morning on the Wolfcast, meet the candidates for Place 3 on our Leander ISD School Board.
Plus, on this morning's brief, learn about the death of a One Direction member.
And catch an all-new sports report with Reese Elizondo and Gus Mountjoy. Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Good morning and welcome to the Wolfcast. I'm Kira Cox and I'm here with Lulu Lynch and Austin McAborski in for Reed Cummins.
It's election season, which means the Wolfcast and the Wolfpack have another installment of Behind the Ballot. We have talked to all of our candidates for our 2024 Leander ISD School Board and asked them each the same 17 questions.
Those full interviews will be available to watch on our YouTube and on the Wolfpack online. But we wanted to highlight each candidate running for each place right here on the Wolfcast.
Let's meet our candidates for Place 3, Nkosi Nelson and Jim Sneeringer. We started off with asking each candidate why they were running for school board and what they thought made them qualified. Nkosi Nelson said that there are 3 things motivating him in this election.
Yeah, why I'm running for school board, really motivated by 3 things. My commitment to servant leadership. Second is like a belief in the transformative power of education. And the third is this window of opportunity I think we have for Leander ISD to be a model district in Texas. And so in terms of servant leadership, I have about 23 years of program management experience in industries across tech, finance, and education, 12 of those being in education. I currently volunteer at my daughter's school. I'm in Watchdog program. I volunteer at the high school with Parents on Patrol, and I'm also part of the site-based committee. And so, you know, service has just always been a part of my life, and so this is just an extension of serving.
Jim Sneeringer told us that he's qualified for our Leander ISD School Board because he has a lot of experience in education. He's also a former LASD School Board member, serving a total of 18 years.
Last time was about 10 years ago, but I decided that I shouldn't serve too long in one stretch, that it might shut out other people who would want to run because of the advantage of incumbency. Also, I have a lot of business experience. I've, in my time, worked for IBM. I've also have a lot of experience in education. I've taught at the college level, at the University of North Carolina, and at the University of Texas, and at St. Edward's in different times.
We also asked each candidate what they think is attributed to the $13 million deficit that Leander ISD announced that they were facing over the summer, and how they think it should be addressed. Nelson told us that the district is getting mandates from the state, but they're not being funded to fulfill those mandates.
Yeah, so, you know, one, we know that, you know, there's certain components. We know for sure, if I take a big component, there's certain mandates around special education. I just actually had a conversation with the CFO last week, and those are underfunded. And so what's happening at the state level is we're getting mandates, so you must do this, you're required, but they're not funded.
Sneeringer told us that he thinks the deficit was caused by the current board and the administration doing it purposefully or poorly estimating.
So it's not something to panic about, but obviously it needs to be addressed. And I don't have the information right now to say what the best way to address it is. Approximately 85% of a district's expenses are salaries. That's an expense that's very difficult to control. I mean, if you don't pay people adequately, you're not going to get good teachers. And if you don't get good teachers, you're not going to get good results.
Again, these full interviews will be available to watch on our YouTube and on the Wolfpack online, but this wraps up our highlights from Place 3. We'll continue to introduce the rest of our 2024 candidates to you throughout this month, and don't forget Election Day is coming up on November 5th, so make sure to get out and cast your vote.
Thanks, Kira. Next up, a check of this morning's headlines with Charles Corson in today's brief right after these announcements.
more than a year, Israeli troops have hunted Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, who disappeared after the October 7th attack 1 year ago. The 61-year-old was said to have spent most of his time hiding in tunnels with bodyguards protecting him, but met his end with an Israeli patrol boat. Next, a pilot operating a rescue flight for pets impacted by recent hurricanes has adopted a lost kitten. A Southwest Airlines pilot found a kitten during a rescue flight for pets affected by hurricanes while transporting animals to safety. He developed a bond with the kitten and decided to adopt her. Their heartwarming story highlights the connection formed during challenging times and showcases the pilot's commitment to helping animals in need. Lastly, Liam Payne, singer who was in British boy band One Direction, dies after falling from a hotel balcony. The police were directed to the hotel by a call officials believed to be Payne's case. The call reported an aggressive man and did not say whether drugs or alcohol were involved. Liam Payne was known for being one of the 5 original members in One Direction who made songs such as What Makes You Beautiful and Story of My Life. So do y'all listen to One Direction?
My childhood was built on One Direction because I had 2 older sisters too, and so they loved One Direction, and so it just kind of got passed down. So it's like I was brought up in the One Direction fandom, and so this is so heartbreaking to me because I'm like, oh my gosh, we'll never get that reunion.
Yeah, and like I see like all like their boys' Instagram posts, and they're so sad. And like Louis was like, if your son ever needs it. Like that was so
Yeah,
sad.
because he has a 7-year-old son that doesn't have a dad anymore.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, it is really sad. I've never really listened to One Direction, but like other than when I was a kid and it was on the radio, of course,
Yeah.
but like it is just really a heartbreaking story.
Yeah, I remember in kindergarten, I don't know if it was like Go Noodle or something, but teachers would play the video and we'd always be like dancing and singing. So
Yeah, I feel like
think-
everyone grew up with
Yeah.
them a little
Like
bit, you know.
you don't have to be like a big part of like that fandom, but
Yeah.
like everyone had a little bit of One Direction in their childhood, I feel like.
yeah.
Sad. Well, thanks, Charles. We'll be right back with an all-new sports report right after this break.
Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast Sports Report. I'm Risa Elizondo.
And I'm Gus Mountjoy. Let's start with volleyball, who is still undefeated in district and is looking for their first district championship since 2016.
The team beat Hayes on Tuesday night in 3 straight sets. Team leaders from the night are Sophia Peters with 3 aces, Maya Cheatham with 3 aces and 11 kills, Sienna Benavides with 3 blocks, Anna Kurtz with 14 digs, and Caitlin Hughes with 22 assists.
They play again here at home at 6:30 against rival Liberty Hill. Good luck. Now to tennis, who unfortunately fell to Alamo Heights on Tuesday.
Our tennis team had an amazing run this season, becoming our district champs. Great job this season, guys, and we'll see y'all in the spring.
Then shout out to our boys on the cross country team, who will be competing at regionals next Tuesday at A&M Corpus Christi. Good luck. Then
Football plays tonight at 7 at Gupton against Glenn. The theme is Pink Out, and we'll see y'all there. For updates on CPHS Sports throughout the week, check out our X at CPHS_sports. CPHS News, I'm Risa Elizondo.
And I'm Gus Macho. Now check out this hype video.
What's up, Cedar Park, and welcome back to an all-new weekend destinations. Beginning the weekend with the UT football game. The UT game is all day tomorrow starting at 2:30 p.m. until. Tickets are pretty pricey, but if you enjoy watching demented football games, you should consider going. You can get tickets from Ticketmaster and Facebook Marketplace. To spook up this weekend, we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th anniversary screening. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th anniversary screening is located at Bullock, Texas State History Museum. Tickets starting at $8 to $12 per person. To add a little entertainment to this weekend, we have Formula One Pirelli United States Grand Prix. Sunday to Saturday, the pinnacle of motorsports is returning to Texas for a two-day celebration of speed and sound. Located at the Circuit of the Americas, the race car show is from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Tickets are to be announced as of right now. And those are your weekend destinations. What do y'all have going on?
I'm going to the UT game tomorrow, the Texas versus Georgia game, and you're not kidding when you say those tickets are crazy. We have season tickets, but we sold our extra ticket for $750.
Oh my gosh.
Who would pay $750 for one game?
That's like 2 concerts into one and like pit.
That's like 3/4 of the price of like the season tickets as a whole.
That's insane. I would never. Well, they bought it, so I guess.
I know, but I'm like, how?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll be carving pumpkins, so that's what I'm doing this weekend.
That's a good idea.
I know, I haven't carved pumpkins.
I'm gonna be working a lot, so if you want some froyo, just come down.
All right. Well, thanks, Zoe, and that's today's Wolfcast. Thank you for taking the time to join us during your day.
You can catch anything you missed and more on our X, YouTube, or TikTok at CPHS News.
Tune in on Monday's show for a story on the influx of new freshmen into our school. With CPHS News, I'm Lulu Lynch.
I'm Zoe Bivens.
I'm Austin Macaborski, in for Reed Cummins.
And I'm Kira Cox. To make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. Have a fantastic Friday, Cedar Park.